Oh boys, hello everybody and welcome back to Shake and Big Sim TV as we are yet again back with another playoff round for you. It's playoff round number 2 of season 2 of the Shake and Big Racing League, and it is the most anticipated race for me, at least, that I've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, round 17, playoff round number 2. It's the Alabama 250 from Talladega Superspeedway. 250 miles, 95 laps. Our last Superspeedway of
Hey, which one
the
of you
season,
idiots said it's a fix?
and it's gonna be a doozy. So let's see how this goes. We're gonna have a fun one at that.
Well, it seems Mr.
Switch to driver chat, please.
Guys, I wasn't done qualifying, and it just cut me off. I think I still had time, too.
Well, here we go, getting ready to kick it off from Talladega. This is gonna be a fun one. This is how our race is shaped up today. 25 laps on stage 1, and we'll end at lap 25. 25 laps for stage 2 as well. It would
Hey,
end
can I talk to a
at
steward or
lap
something?
50.
Hey, I qualified second or third, but it put me in the pits. Can I get my spot back or what? Is it going to go green, or you want me to rejoin behind? Okay, I see what you're saying. Gotcha, and it'll allow me to move when they come through, or what? Brother. This is race manipulation, man.
Black clears.
Well, here we go. Now, finally, about time to get this going. Had a little bit of complication issues there, but we should be ready to kick it off now. So here we go. Getting ready to rumble. So Davin Thornhill, your previous race winner at Darlington, after an overtime finish, taking away the victory from Tony Blake Brewer. Tony Brewer is here tonight. He is starting at P4. Matter of fact, here is your starting grid. Jaden Newson on pole position. Then it's Christopher Marias. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Then it's Steve Williams, Carter Brockmeyer, Davin Thornhill, Tony Blake Brewer, Kyle Henderson, Charlie Jones, Harold Wilson, Carter Roy, and Gino Zito. 3 debuts here tonight. Hendershot, Christopher, and Heath Williams all making their debut. But without further ado, let's get this going underway here. Should be a fun one. Talladega is always a fun one. But here we go. Pace car getting ready to come in here. This is gonna be a fun one, boys. And here we go for the second time in the Shake and Bake playoffs. It is time to shake it before you bake it in the restart zone, and it's green flag at Talladega. Here we go. Great start for everyone involved. Newson, of course, capitalizing on that pole position. Thornhill immediately moves to the outside. And this race right here will be all about teamwork. Who do you work with? Who gives you the pushes? We'll see how this goes here tonight. 95 exciting laps. Talladega, one of, if not my favorite track. I was excited for this race. And we are experiencing it right here, right now. Thornhill immediately to the lead with help from Brockmeyer, his former teammate. Thornhill moves to the inside, and just like that, on only lap 2, we have a new race leader already. This is classified as the wild card of the playoffs. Anything can happen here. This is the last super speedway of the season. Absolutely anything can happen here. Will one of the playoff drivers capitalize? Can Thornhill go back-to-back on playoff wins? Or will one of the 4 non-playoff drivers steal a win from one of the 8?
I still got a black flag. I never got mine cleared.
Davin, black clear.
Thank you.
And Brockmeyer gets lost up high. And that outside line is slowly but surely starting to dwindle. So Heath Williams and Carter Roy, what I believe happened is they ran out of time at qualifying, so they both had to start from pit lane. So that is very interesting to see there. As there is Heath Williams. And there is Carter Roy behind him. Very unfortunate for them. Here we go. Go Carter Brockmeyer. Look at the speed he just got. Out of nowhere with help from Charlie Jones. And Brockmeyer is up all the way to the race lead. So 3 debuts tonight. A ton of opportunities for those looking for their first race win. Especially, of course, if you're in the playoffs. Carter Roy looking for his first race win. Harold Wilson, who's currently third in the standings. Charlie Jones, the current race leader, who is just below the cut line. Gino Zito, who is, I believe, in 6th. Actually, no, I believe Gino Zito is in 8th. All the way at the bottom, unfortunately, out of the playoff drivers. But already we're 5 laps in and there's been some big movement. Also, how did you like that new intro? The new Shake and Bake playoff intro there. Something happened with Christopher in the 38. He's now all the way down below. We are already
I didn't hear.
on lap 6.
Yo.
Hey, when does the stage end?
Charlie Jones in the race lead out of all the playoff races. This looks to be the most prominent for him. The one run he can find the most amount of hope. He is just below that cut line. So he can very much take advantage today, especially with other drivers, and get as much points as he can to boost him above that cut line with just 2 rounds to go. The Charlotte Roval and Martinsville after this before we eliminate 4, and 4 drivers advance to race for championship at Homestead, Miami. But that outside line and not working too well. Newson moved up to the outside, see if that's gonna work. And he's gonna be working with his new teammate Kyle Hendershot there, both sponsored by Can Racing. Newson in the 78. Hendershot in the 64. And just like that, it looks like we are about to go full single file through 3 and 4, and yes we will. It's Jones, Thornhill, Brewer, Zito, Brockmeyer, Wilson, Jaden Newson, and Kyle Hendershot. Williams, Roy, and Christopher unfortunately out of the draft. So they're going to have a ton of catching up to do and either wait for a caution or the end of this stage. We saw how Daytona was, we saw how Atlanta was, and I cannot wait for this race. Talladega should be a fun one there. Up ahead, you can see a little bit of, I believe that was Carter Roy. very early here. I was expecting more inside outside lane racing, but everyone quickly went single file, and we're gonna go through it. Apparently for Christopher, connection lost. He is out of the race already, so that is very, very unfortunate for him. And I'm pretty sure he does have the ability to go back in, but we will see. As now they're gonna try to get the outside lane working. Bottom split bandit teammates Gino Zito and Carter Brockmeyer. The two drivers who got the last two positions of the playoffs now trying to work together to get back up there. And there is the 21 of Carter Roy. And there is the outside lane. And it's going to be fully occupied by the Toyotas. But let's see if they'll have enough. As we have a new team now on the board, as with the debuts of Heath Williams and Christopher, they formed a new Ford team, E Motorsports, now in the game. So 2 Ford teams, as there is Carter Roy making way for the incoming traffic, and Carter Roy will go a lap down. Oh, and there goes big move by Jaden Newsom to go 3 right there to help out Carter Roy up high. And he will get him into the mix. Newsom went up high, looking like he was trying to help up Carter Roy to get him into the draft. And if Roy keeps it pushing here, I believe he will get to it. Gino gets bumped on the outside. Brockmeyer can join him
if
up.
I get lapped before the caution, do I get lucky dog because of stuff out of my control?
Said it before, the main 2 guys from Common Motorsports, Carter Roy and Jaden Newsom. But now, the main 2 guys from BBA Racing, Charlie Jones and Davin Thornhill, and the 2 up front working together. We will see how this goes. Now, at some point, what do you think your plan is? Do you think if Thornhill's trying to get Jones up above the cut line, or do you think Jones is going to try to help Thornhill out to go more and more beyond? As there is Tony Brewer on the outside. It looks like he had it going there through turn 1 and 2. But he is going to quickly lose a ton of momentum. And now here comes another lap car for the incoming traffic. That's Heath Williams all the way up high. And everyone's going to get through him safely. So lap 15 of 95, 11 laps to go on stage 1. 2 lead changes so far. Charlie Jones looked like he went a little bit. I don't know if he lost it there or if he just went a little bit too far to the left there, but he will keep it going. Thornhill does give him the space. And look at this full single file action now. Everyone on the pack now. And this is what you love to see. This close action here. Everyone wants this win. Even for those that are not in the playoffs, this can be a crowning moment to go out of here, park that car in victory lane, and say, hey, I just want an absolute battle at Talladega. Now, will we see the outside lane trying to get reformed here once again? 10 to go on stage 1. We saw earlier, of course, the outside lane was not working that well. And just about 6 laps in, we went single file. The question is, will we stay that way? As there is Tony Brewer on the outside, quickly merges back in. So it's Charlie Jones, Stephen Newville. It's Wilson, Gino Zito up in 4th. Carter Brockmeyer rounds off the top 5. Wilson and Brewer and Hendershot. And all of the Fords at the bottom. It's Chevy, the 3 Toyotas, and all of the Fords below them, even though they have the most amount of drivers, as that may have been a little bit of a tap there by Gino to Harold Wilson. Whoa! In the back! And there goes Carter Brockmeyer. Can he keep it going, though? Yes, he will. Wow! No caution called. Carter Brockmeyer somehow, some way, manages to save it. Are you kidding me? I mean, we've talked about Brockmeyer and his saves, but my goodness, what a save that was. The 62 unharmed and out of that situation, but we keep it green. And we'll have a talk about him on that. My goodness, that is one of the best saves that I think he's done the entire season. But then they create a little gap there as they will try to reform that gap. It's Brewer, Carter-Roy, and Hendershot at the bottom. Brewer trying to go to the outside. There goes Jaden Houston. Common Motorsports trying to make something happen. And there goes Carter-Roy as well. And Hendershot will join him. So Common Motorsports trying to get that outside lane going. But no, quickly gets overpowered. Look at that. The change in momentum, just way too much. And now we go to 6 laps to go. Gino Zito and Heath Williams on the outside again. Maybe Williams tried to look for a spot. It looks like Brewer will give him that spot. But that was a shaky move here. Again, that outside lane been struggling the entirety of stage 1 to get going as we reach 5 to go here. They just cannot find their rhythm up there. And they are going to be forced to go single file once again. Or maybe not. Here comes Jaden Newsom to once again try to make it work. But he does not have a ton of help there. It's only Gino Zito up there. Unless someone wants to risk it and try to go for it. But it looks like they will stay put. And again, this is going to heavily damage their runs. There they go side by side. Looked like a big check up there on the inside. And Newsom may capitalize this to go above Gino and hopefully park himself in between Carter-Roy and Kyle Hendershot. No, he will take a seat behind the 11 Toyota. So Kyle Hendershot in 4th place. Not bad for his first race here. trying to get used to the team, used to his teammates. But so far, he has been a great ally for Common Motorsports. And for the other Fords at E Motorsports, Keith Williams, of course, they're in the mix, currently running 9th. His teammate, Christopher in the 38, unfortunately retired the car. He could not get it back up as he lost connection. So that is just a big, big unfortunate moment for him. But here we go. 3 to go on stage 1. Oh, trouble! Caution is out. Caution is out, and it looks like we have a 3-car pileup. Kyle Hendershot is in it. My apologies. Oh, and there it is. The 64. We'll take a replay of that. Kyle's in it. I believe Brockmeyer got a piece of it as well.
Checking up.
And that will be the stage. Wow. So there it is. Wow. And there is confirmation from race control. The stage will end early with that caution, and just like that, it is Charlie Jones with the stage 1 win. Let's actually go to the replay real quick. So this was the incident. Oh, it looks like Jaden Newson also got involved in that. So here is the incident. Let's take a look at what happened here. And there it is, the clip. Gino Zito and Hendershot, just that tiny clip, all it takes. Brewer does a great job of avoiding it. Newson just unfortunately absolutely nowhere to go. And I believe he does get, yeah, pretty damaged there. Just very unfortunate situation. Oh my. But there it is, Charlie Jones, your stage 1 winner here at Talladega. And oh boy, What a way to finish off a stage with our first caution. So as we get ready here to...
If I enter the pits and it says let someone by, is it going to give me a penalty? Can you clear my black flags?
Here we go. Tony Blake Brewer will lead the pack back to the green flag here. And everyone's going to choose that inside. Yep. We saw that coming. Nothing new there. As there's been an error with the third-party stage. There's been a bug with the stage third-party software, so we'll have the results afterwards.
Alrighty, can you clear them now?
We'll have the results afterwards when we can fully determine who placed where on stage 1. Oh man. Let's get ready to rumble here as we kick off stage number 2. Alrighty, here we go. Stage 1 ends early after our first caution of the race. Kyle Hendershot and Gino Zito involved in it. Jaden Newsom got a piece of it. But here we go, getting ready to kick off stage number 2. A ton of inside line choosers there. And of course, those on the outside will take advantage of track position there. But here we go. Tony Blake Brewer, who won the race off pit road, will lead us back to the green flag as we get ready to kick off stage number 2 here. And there it is, green flag back at Talladega to kick off stage 2. And what a start for Blake Brewer. Brockmeyer and Gino Zito have a penalty, and that may have been a jump start for both of the Toyotas. That may have been a jump start for both of the Toyotas. Gino Zito and Carter Brockmeyer with a black flag. We'll see what goes down with that. Oh, and Thornhill, that's going to be 3 wide there. It was, or barely was, 3 wide there. Thornhill looked like he couldn't move to the inside without clipping Brewer. But he will move inside the top 5. Harold Wilson to the lead of this race for, I believe, the first time. Brockmeyer and Zito will follow back, and just like that, all 3 Toyotas and bottom split Bandits quickly takes over the race here.
I need a black clear.
And there's the announcement.
It's for position on start.
So it will be an iRacing fault penalty, so the penalty will be cleared. And the 62 and the 11 will continue on. Let's see, will the high lane work better this time around? It did not find barely any success on stage 1. Will that differ at all here on stage 2 as the sun comes out of nowhere there to illuminate the track? Wilson finished second in the regular season standings. Got the regular season championship snatched away at the final race of the regular season at Indianapolis. But he is looking to bounce back. The problem with him, he did not have a ton of playoff points, but only managing to get 12 in the regular season. And 10 of those was just from the finishing regular season standings. So the lack of playoff points heavily affected him here going into the postseason, as he currently sits third in the playoff standings, behind Thornhill in second and Jaden Newson in first with the most amount of playoff points with 46. So Harold, a race win here would be heavily needed. Of course, there is almost no doubt that he will make the championship four, but it's better to be safe than sorry and secure that position when you have the chance to. And so far, it's Toyota dominance here at the start of stage 2. They were struggling a little bit on stage 1, but they got it figured out now, as it was VBA Racing up front. And then it's now up front with the Chevys behind them. And once again, all of the Fords all the way at the bottom, both E Motorsports and Common Motorsports struggling to find some pace here. And look at that teamwork there. Brockmeyer bump drafting and the living hell out of Harold Wilson there. Charlie Jones going to try to do the same with Devin Thornhill. And there's some outside lane movement. Keith Williams is the one to lead that movement. Newson and Brewer behind, followed by Hendershot and Roy. A little Ford union there between both teams, the veteran and the new team. And I mean, they could make it work if they do make it stick. This would be a 5v5 here. Oh, big move. Gino Zito and Carter Brockmeyer go to the outside lane, and now that's going to be moving. Only 3 cars at the bottom. And Harold Wilson is left hanging at the bottom. Both Brockmeyer and Zito took the opportunity to block, and they will get it done, but now Heath Williams going to move to the bottom. Zito moves to the bottom. Brockmeyer stays up high to block the rest of the Fords. So he saw the opportunity, said, I will gladly take that position, and shifts after leading that Ford movement. Brockmeyer is now stuck up high with the Fords that may or may not work with him. And it's Gino Zito now who leads the race for the first time. Oh, trouble there. Looked like Harold and Heath Williams almost got into it. Oh, and there it goes. Caution is out. Heath Williams involved in it. It looked like Hendershot was also a part of it, but most of them will stay out of it.
Y'all just hit me so.
And there is some frustration there on the team radio. Keith Williams not happy with that incident. And that will bring out the second caution of the night. And there is some big damage on that number 1 as Heath Williams was just displayed the meatball flag. He does have the 1 fast repair, so we'll see how this turns out as we will take a replay of the incident in just a second. It looks like Carter Brockmeyer was actually in front of Gino Zito at the time of the caution being thrown, so Brockmeyer will lead the pack under green, of course. That is, if there isn't any changes regarding if drivers will come into pit lane, which I'm certain most, if not everyone, is going to take a trip down pit road here. It would not make sense to stay out unless they try and risk it to go all the way to the stage finish. And it looks like Brockmeyer will dip in. No. He will stay out. And everyone stays out. Yep, they will wait for the stage finish. Nope. Tony Brewer is the only one who will come in. So everyone will wait for the stage finish here. It looks like Tony Brewer might actually have some damage on that number 12. But here is the caution replay. I mean, just very unfortunate. I don't think there was anything that could potentially save them there. And again, gets clipped with Tony Brewer. Charlie Jones got saved by Netcode there. My goodness. Some Netcode saving going on there. That's the view from inside the number 1 ride of Heath Williams. And oh my. So Heath Williams looks like he did use his fast repair. He's going to come out. Tony Brewer comes out in 8th. Carter Roy will still be a lap down here. And no, he's going to get the free pass here. He does get the lucky dog, and Carter Roy will be back on the lead lap. We have everyone on the lead lap now, ladies and gentlemen. But here we go, approaching the 1 to green here as we go into the restart zone. And the pick your line is a go. And no one wants to take that outside line. Will anyone take it? Looked like Gino Zito switched last minute there. We'll have to take a replay of that. Did he wait too long to switch lanes there? Let's see. Did he wait too long, or did he get it just in time? It looks like he got it just in time. Wow. That is remarkable stuff right there. My goodness. Gino Zito last minute switcheroo to take the outside line. It was before start finish line. That will be allowed. No penalty given. A last minute decision that may or may not give him a great start here. That's a great move. So we will be restarting this race with 13 13 laps to go on stage 2. It's gonna be the BSB teammates side by side, as Harold Wilson will be behind Zito on the outside, and the championship leader and the defending champion, Jaden Newson, on the inside there. The Fords have been struggling quite a lot here. Let's see if they can make a difference on this restart. And I mean, look at the difference there between them. The inside lane and the outside lane there. But here we go, into the restart zone we go, and it's green flag back at Talladega. Tony Brewer and Charlie Jones got a black flag. We will see if it sticks. It will probably be a black flag clear. But we will see if they'll call it out. As Gino and Harold Wilson try to make it
black
work.
clear.
And there it is.
Restart.
And back to single file we go. No, there is still some outside hope there. Gino Zito. Nope, goes single file. Heath Williams and Harold Wilson are the only ones out there. Harold now struggling to find a home at the bottom. Can he make one stick, or is he going to be lost there all the way to the bottom? No, he will find a home. Just between Hendershaw and Williams. Let's look at this mayhem. $11 to go on stage 2. As the Toyotas, who were leading on the restart and even before it, now 2 of them all the way at the back. And it's Gino Zito who will keep the Toyotas alive with a P3 so far. They got lost on the high lane. It looks like Brockmeyer will actually drop back to help out Harold Wilson here. He has been known to do that. We saw a ton of those moves in Season 1. Yep, and there it goes. Draw back to try to help him out here, but this is going to be 2 against 8 here. Hendershot moves to the outside. No one will join him. Lost up there. To those who are just tuning in, welcome to Shake and Bake Sim TV as we're here with round 17 of season 2 of the Shake and Bake Racing League. Round 2 of the playoffs, the Alabama 250 here from Talladega Superspeedway, 250 miles, 95 lap race. As we are 10 laps to go here until the end of stage 2. Charlie Jones in a number 3 Chevy for BBR Racing, currently in P5, was your stage 1 winner after a stage-ending caution that ended the stage early. And some bug happened with the third-party software, so I have to investigate afterwards to see who the correct positioners of stage 1 are. getting in together. As let's try and run here with the number 32 of Davin Thornhill for your Shake and Bake Crank It Up, presented by Logitech. Take it away. So there's some outside lane action. Again, trying to get itself forming. It's been pretty lackluster up there for the first two stages, but let's see. With 6 to go, we have some decent 5v5 action here, and this is what you like to see. Now we're racing for real. The outside lane finally comes together. And now it's a 5v5 unless something bad happens. It's 3 wide. Brockmeyer, Williams, and Wilson as Heath Williams got lost up there. Risky move. There it goes. Can they keep it going? Brockmeyer in the outside wall. It's very risky. How in the hell did they save that? Are you kidding me? How in the world do you even save that? What an unbelievable job by everyone there. My goodness, we stay green. What a save by Brockmeyer. Another one to his collection, and everyone did a decent job of keeping it together, even with Williams going up there and going off the outside lane. That might be the moment of the race. Unbelievable. This is what you can expect from the playoffs wild card. Harold Wilson to the outside lane. Switch to the inside. And Heath Williams switches all the way at the bottom, even 5v5. Oh my. Oh, Harold Wilson lost on the inside. Or lost in the middle, I should say. Is this 3 wide? This could be risky. Gotta keep it together here. Do not crack under the pressure, and there it goes. They could not hold it in for much longer, and it's the big one at Talladega. Ton of cars involved. And there is the big one. They cannot hold it together forever. And it is chaos. Wow. caution is out just before the stage. They did not get to the one to go, so this, I believe, will be a 2-lap shootout for the stage. Unbelievable. And yeah, there's a ton of cars involved in that incident. Brockmeyer involved, Hendershot, Jones, Thornhill, Corduroy, I believe, also got a piece of it. The only two that I believe got out of there unbothered were Newson and Wilson. Here is the caution replay from multiple angles. Oh, and big hits all around, I mean. Oh, just a big pile up. That was just way too hard to avoid. Brewer got out of there pretty safely. Williams actually got out of there pretty safely. Hendershot, that little knack there, but I believe he should be a-okay. Thornhill there also got through. I mean, unbelievable. There's Carter Brockmeyer's. Here's Kyle Hendershot's point of view. And of course, everyone coming into pit road.
Was that stage?
Unreal.
Dwayne? Where did I finish? Was it stage 1 a wreck or the lap after?
So we just got word that once again, the stage will end early due to the caution. And while you look at that, another one to the collection. Jaden Newson avoids the carnage of the big one at Dega, and with that, secures the stage 2 win of the Alabama 250. Oh boy. That was a terrifying experience for, I believe, a ton of drivers. But yeah, the third-party software is being buggy, so after the race ends, will give us a little bit of an intermission period so we can get the stages settled and ready to go. So I apologize for that beforehand. But Jaden Newson got out of the carnage and got a stage win to come with it, as we get ready to unveil the final stage of this catastrophic race. I believe everyone was able to get their cars fixed, but You would not be surprised if a ton of those drivers use their fast repairs, and you only get one in super speedways. So let's see how the final stage treats us. 45 laps. Newson leads the inside. Wilson takes the outside. As another stage win for Jaden Newson will boost him up more and more on the championship
it's telling me
lead.
to pass the guy on the outside, on the outside lane. I chose the inside, so do I just wait? Gotcha, thanks.
So here we go. 45 laps of awesomeness. It should be an interesting one to look out for. But nonetheless, here we go. A big one at Talladega ends stage 2 early. Jaden Newson gets the stage win. How will the final stage of racing treat us? Let's find out. It's green flag back at Talladega. How will these drivers recover from that big impact that was left at the end of stage 2? Newson, great job there. Nice switch. Harold Wilson with Carter Brockmeyer up high, followed up by Charlie Jones. Hendershot looks like he'll take a look at it now. How our race has shaped up. Lap 53 of 95, 3 of 45 on the final stage. Harold Wilson currently the leader of this race. 11 total lead changes so far here at Talladega with 3 cautions for 9 laps of racing. This has been a huge battle for in the outside lane. Once again, looks like it will dwindle. And it's not a ton of help there on the outside. Carter Roy's the only one that's trying to keep it together. But it looks like it won't be enough. Just Keith Williams in the back. So far, we have only had 3 race winners this season. Jaden Newson, Gavin Thornhill, and Tony Blake Brewer. Will we see a potential new winner crowned here at Talladega? Could this be the boost that one of the playoff drivers needs to secure himself above the cut line and to go into a comfortable position next week at the Charlotte Roval? For those that are unfamiliar with the playoff schedule, next week, Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 Central Time. That's where all our races are scheduled. Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And next week is round 18 round 3 of 5 of the playoffs. The race will be here 250 at the Charlotte Roval, and followed by that, the week afterwards, is going to be the finale 8th elimination day with round 19 at Martinsville, where out of the 8 playoff drivers will eliminate 4 to go into the final race of the season, the championship race at Homestead, Miami, where 4 drivers will compete for the Shake and Bake Championship of Season 2. It's gonna be a fun one at that. If you guys would like to make your predictions now, who do you think will win this race? And if you're really trying to feel lucky, who do you think will become the Shake and Bake champion out of the playoff drivers? Playoff drivers on your left side on the ticker, marked in pink. And if you are interested in racing yourself, then go ahead and let us know down below. We'll gladly invite you over to the Discord and see how you perform, so you can race the final races of Season 2, and so you can be a part of Season 3 to start off fresh and have a chance to win the championship. Championship prices do change over time. For example, this season, the champion will win $100, so that would be very, very good. We'll see what we come up with Season 3. I believe Season 3 will have an entry fee, but it will be just a cheap cost of $3. But more info on that later. But if anyone would like to join, if anyone would like to join in and drive, comment down below and we'll gladly let you on in. It's Harold Wilson, Brockmeyer, Jones, Newsom, Zito, Brewer, Hendershot, Roy Williams, and Thornhill. Davin Thornhill suffered a ton on that restart, as he now finds himself all the way in the back, as he was running the front of the pack for a pretty long time. That big one definitely shook up a ton of drivers. And of course, most of them could potentially be on their final life there with no fast repairs, especially after that big one. But we saw this earlier, Carter Brockmeyer and Harold Wilson working together. Brockmeyer just pushing the living hell out of Harold, as Charlie Jones there in third. Rounding off the top 5. So the Toyota's back inside the top 5 now, with only a Ford and Chevy in between 3rd and 5th. Or sorry, 2nd and 5th in between them. As here goes Carter Roy and Kyle Hendershot trying to get the outside lane working. That will quickly get overpowered by the inside lane of Brewer, Williams, and Thornhill. Davin Thornhill again, all the way at the back. He was wrong. What happened there? Harold Wilson involved in it. He will keep it going. We stay green. But that just shot the 83 out of the way. And that could be a big, big moment in this race. No caution is out. We stay green. This is the same instance that happened earlier with Carter Brockmeyer, who got shot out of the track and saved it, kept it going. And now this time it will be Harold Wilson. So that may have been too much of a big push by Carter Brockmeyer, and he may have just accidentally has sent his teammate out of the pack, and Harold is gonna have to wait for a caution to be thrown. Oh, that is terrible, terrible news for Bottom Split Bandits and for Harold Wilson in general. As we go back to single file, as we were talking about Davin Thornhill, who's in the back, he is looking to go back-to-back here, as he got the race win last week at Darlington to open up the playoffs, snatching the win away from Tony Blake Brewer in what was a dramatic overtime finish after a last-minute caution. So Tony Blake Brewer looking for redemption from last week to try and win here at Talladega and deny the playoff drivers from scoring a win. The Toyotas -1 help. It's just Jane and Carter now. They're running P1 and 3. Jones is sandwiched between them. But he is definitely not one that's unaware of how to work with Brockmeyer, of course. Charlie Jones and Carter Brockmeyer, former teammates at VBA Racing, before Brockmeyer made the mid-season switch to Bottom Split Bandits after making his return from his injury all the way back at round 4 at Watkins Glen. And he made his return at round 14 at Dover. But we stay single file and we can expect them to be here for a while. Thornhill moved up all the way to top 5. As it's gonna get very quiet now. And you can expect Harold Wilson to not be very happy with what just occurred. But Heath Williams making a comeback. He was all the way at the bottom, and now he is running 4th. He was even a lap down, so what a comeback from Heath Williams. Very good bounce back. See if he can win this race in his first race here for Shake and Bake Racing League. He would be the second driver to win in his debut. First one, of course, being Tony Blake Brewer, who won in his debut at Dover. Kyle Hendershot also making his debut. Christopher in the 38, Keith Williams, his teammate for E Motorsports, also was in his debut, but his connection unfortunately ran out and he could not rejoin the track. So you can imagine, though, there's maybe some spotting going on between the two there. Let's actually try and run here with number 1 of Heath Williams. See how he's doing with the Shake and Bake. Crank it up once again, presented by Logitech. Take it away. So things have pretty much settled here at this Alabama 250. As we are about to be 25 laps to go. Charlie Jones, what a performance here tonight. Both BBA cars have done an astonishing performance. Jesus Christ. With Thornhill and Jones, great teamwork. In my opinion, this is the best teamwork we have seen between them for the entire season. Charlie Jones, one of his most dominant performances right here, right now, tonight. His other memorable performance, in my opinion, was the Coca-Cola 300 at Charlotte. And Jones said to himself, has said to us multiple times, the main thing he has been struggling with is pace, just finding his pace, finding his rhythm. And it looks like he will find it now here at Talladega, hoping for his first race win here. As he sits just below the championship 4 cut line. Just 3 points behind Carter Brockmeyer, who is above the cut line with 2,051 points. Jones with 2,048. However, the issue with that, guess who's in front of him? Carter Brockmeyer, the same man, trying to beat to the cut line in front of him, so he has to try and get that situation handled. Of course, Thornhill right behind him. Great teamwork can come. Great use there. But behind Thornhill is Gino Zito, and of course Harold Wilson still in the mix if caution comes out. That was just very, very unfortunate for the 83 shot out of the track. And there is actually Harold Wilson up front there. You can see a little sneak peek. So that may become a lap to 83 car in maybe a few moments. Three laps to go. It looks like Jones was actually trying to maybe go for a move there, or maybe he was just trying to get some clean air. Could be that engine overheating. 23 laps to go. That will quickly turn into 22. Now the thing that we haven't actually been paying too much attention to, tire wear and that fuel. Does everyone have enough to go the distance with both tire wear and fuel here? Of course, they have pitted. Everyone pitted in between the stages. But this more lengthy and longer final stage, does everyone have what it takes to keep it going there with tire wear and fuel all the way to the checkered flag as Carter Brockmeyer moves up high, and he gets shoved out of the way. Can he keep it going? Yes, he will. Another save for Carter Brockmeyer, shoved out of the way by his own teammate, Gino Zito, and that's yet again another teammate-to-teammate incident with the Toyotas. As Brockmeyer tried to block up high, and he did, but a very costly move. Here comes Jaden Newsom down the outside lane, but he won't have enough help now. As Kyle Hendershot might not have enough to fully go there all the way and help him out. But Charlie Jones stays in second, and now Gino Zito back on the race lead. Harold Wilson back to the pack as it's 3 wide in the back. Brewer, Newson, and Wilson. What has this race turned into? My goodness. Costly moves by bottom split bandits. And now they're just trying to make it work at this point. Gino Zito, followed by Charlie Jones, who was followed by Carter Roy. Toyota, Chevy, and Ford in the top 3, all are looking for their first race win, and they're all playoff drivers. And a race win for them, of course, will be greatly beneficial. Little touch there between Thornhill and Roy. Great move by Roy there to go out of the way. He might get lost here in the middle lane. And that is 3 wide in the back, or it was. With Harold Wilson trying to sneak in. But we go back to single file. Charlie Jones. Can he maybe look for a move? Does Thornhill go with him? Oh! Caution in the back. Kyle Hendershot involved in it. And this is going to be a big turning point. Kyle Hendershot spinning in the back. Caution will come out with 18 laps to go. And how the tables have turned. There is the caution replay, trying to get a better angle of it.
Why isn't Harold getting away around here?
And there it is. Clipped by Harold Wilson. And Hendershot just goes flying and scrapes the outside wall with his right side. Oh man. As we'll be right back as we will get everything settled, hopefully fix this stage situation with the software. But we will be right back, don't go anywhere as we get ready to resume the final stage.
Dwayne, Harold needs his lap back.
It doesn't say I'm eligible. It does not.
So let's try and go here with Carter Brockmeyer to talk about those incidents really quickly. Carter, can you hear us? Carter Brockmeyer.
Yes, I can hear you.
Brockmeyer, I mean, talk to me about those saves. What is your heart experiencing right now? How did you manage to save all of those? Obviously, you said that you were trying to save some, but that is 3 to 2 incredible saves that you have done. Talk to me about those.
Well, each time I'm shitting myself and going blind every time, but usually it's just good dirt practice. I've been hitting the dirt tracks a little more often. Been practicing with the team a little bit, talking to them and coming up with a plan. That's really it.
Alrighty, thank you for your time. Wishing you the best of luck. Here we go, back to kick it off once more. And it is green flag, back at Talladega. We go.
Black clear.
Great start for everyone involved, it seems. As we have 15 laps to go to settle what has been an amazing race so far. Kyle Hendershot does not have this fast repair. Unfortunately, he will spend it on pit road, and that might be the end of the 64. Harold Wilson got the caution that he wanted and is now back on the lead lap. How about that? Charlie Jones stays there in third, battling for the position now with Jaden Newson. How will the finale of this race settle down here? It's Zito, Brockmeyer, Jones, Thornhill, and Harold Wilson, who climbed all the way back into the top 5. $14 laps to go. 14 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 laps to go. And I mean, what a race. If you guys have enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like and comment down below so you never miss any of the remaining action of Season 2 and Season 3 and many more to come. We have some more exciting stuff for you. We have special GT3 races that we plan on doing. We have a surprise season, may or may not be, because we'll see. We're still planning on it. But we have confirmed on our Discord channel some special GT3 races after Christmas. So we will see how this goes. And Season 3 of the Shake and Bake Racing League speculated to be in about April of 2026. So we will see how that also goes. "12 laps to go." And you can imagine that everyone is now going to start to feel some tension with these final laps. Will we see the outside lane movement once again? We saw it dominate a little bit on stage 2. Will we see that again? Thornhill and Jones are still side by side with each other, holding each other's hand all the way through, but now Brockmeyer and Zito are doing the same. So let's see how this goes. Heath Williams is now in 5th. Again, he climbed back, had a pretty rough stage 1. But he is back in this fight, and a race win for him is definitely not completely out of sight. How about that Heath Williams? You hopped in as we were talking about Heath Williams. The perfect timing. Here we go. This is where it all goes down. At the front stretch to the start-finish line, officially 10 laps to go at Talladega. How will this incredible race close out? Remember, if a caution is thrown, there is 3 overtime shots to try and end it under the green flag. No race so far has gone the maximum overtime. I think the maximum overtime that we've gone is overtime number 2. But we shall see. 9 laps to go. Tension settling in. When does anyone make a move? Or will anyone try and make a move here? This is about to be for the race win. And you can imagine maybe how desperate those like Thornhill and Charlie Jones are to try and wait for the final lap to make a move. Here comes Jaden Newson. He's not going to waste any time. Maybe it looked like he was trying to work the outside lane with Tony Brewer. But instead, he will just move into 6th. Back again. And if you're Charlie Jones, if you're Devin Thornhill, hell, even if you're Carter Brockmeyer against your own teammate, as you see the laps counting down, you start to think, hey, when is the perfect time to pull off this move? Try and get that race win to settle my car in victory lane. Not much time left to decide. Newson just trying to do anything in his power to work that outside lane. There goes Tony Brewer with him. Harold Wilson looks like it's also going to go with him. And Carter Roy behind Wilson. Will we see the birth of the high line once again? Thornhill really has to go and get to that bumper of his teammate if he wants to try and make a move on that final lap, or whatever lap it is. And the lap may be now. Charlie Jones to the outside. The moment is now. Cito tried to go and block it, but it won't be enough. Here comes Charlie Jones. Big bump between him and Brockmeyer, or Thornhill and Brockmeyer, I should say. Charlie Jones looking for the move to push him all the way to the lead. Will it be enough? Was that the right time for Jones to make the move? Thornhill helping him. You gotta watch out though. Newson also pushing. You know what they say, you can't push the pusher. You gotta be very careful with that. It looks like Jones might actually lose a ton of momentum here. It was not the right time. And now trying to force their way in. Harold Wilson is going to get bumped out of the way. Oh, and there it goes. Caution is out. Jaden Newson and Kyle Hendershot, teammate on teammate contact once again. And this race is going to end in drama. Caution comes out with 6 laps to go. My apologies, it wasn't Kyle Hendershot, it was Tony Brewer with Jaden Newson. Still team-on-team contact. Caution with 5 laps to go. Oh my goodness. They got way too excited. The pressure got to them. Of course, Charlie Jones and Davin Thornhill tried to go for it, thought the moment was right, but it was just not enough. They got a little shaky there, and it shook up basically the entire field. And that will lead to the caution between Brewer and Newson. A lot of tension was there. And here is the replay. My goodness. Oh man. Oh, and it's just contact. Just racing incident contact between teammates that sets off the caution. And there was really nowhere anyone could go there. That tiny hit is all it takes. Looks like Newson doesn't have a ton of damage, but there is plenty damage on that number 12. As everyone will stay out except a few. Jaden Newson and Tony Brewer, of course, come into pit lane to fix their make some repairs on that car. Now the question is, will this be overtime? I do not think so. It will be a green-white checkered, but I don't think it's overtime just yet. But wow, that is a big caution, and most certainly a race-defining caution right there that just altered how this race would have finished. fifth caution of the night. Gino Zito still in the lead of this race. Carter Brockmeyer behind. Heath Williams all the way to third. Charlie Jones and Davin Thornhill still bundled up inside the top 5. And we just got official word, it will be a green-white checkered finish. It will not be enough for overtime. It is barely just before overtime could hit. We are gonna restart this race with 2 laps to go at lap 94. One caution after this, and it will be overtime. But here we go. This race can be won by absolutely anyone. Try and get in here Charlie Jones to see how he's gonna handle this. Charlie, can you hear us?
Charlie can't hear you. He can't speak.
Alrighty, Jaden, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Jaden, that caution was definitely very scary, and that was 100% a race-altering caution. You find yourself all the way in the back. What do you think that you have to do to try and win this race? Obviously, still very possible winning race, but 2 laps to go. What's your plan here?
Honestly, Dwayne, I've been trying to figure that out myself. I think we're just going to go with the flow and see where it takes us.
Alrighty, thank you for your time. Wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, here we go. It's about time that we settle it. 2 laps to go. Who will win this absolute race at Talladega? It's green flag. It's a green-white checkered finish. A caution here will send us to overtime.
Black clear for me, Gino.
How will this turn out? Gino Zito in the lead. Heath Williams behind. Will we get to the white flag? Brockmeyer on the outside. Does not have a ton of help. What does Charlie Jones do here? Does he stay in third? It looks like we will go all the way to the white flag. Here we go. 3 wide, all the way to the white flag. And it's white flag presented by Celsius. Oh, Harold Wilson is turned behind.
What do you want me to do, bro?
Oh, and it's carnage. It's carnage all the way around. Gino Zito and Heath Williams are the final ones. Who gets it done here? A big, big caution. It's gonna be a drag race all the way to the line.
Whatever, bro. I'm not that worried about it.
Zito trying to get there.
Your image of our last Talladega
Who's
race.
gonna get it done? Gino Zito ahead. Does Williams have enough to take him? He does not. Gino Zito. Oh my goodness.
Let's go, boys. Wonderful race.
Wow. What a finish. Do you believe in miracles, Gino Zito? His first race win of season 2. Again in the
No, it's all good,
wild
Moon.
card.
I don't even know, dude. It's whatever. I wasn't gonna win it anyway.
And there is an altercation
Yeah,
between the
man.
drivers.
Yeah, I guess
Again,
that's right. I gotta have a better attitude next race, huh?
anything can happen in the wild card. Gino Zito wins an absolute banger of a race at Talladega. Heath Williams could not get there in time to beat him to the line. And after almost a full year, with his last race win in season 1 at Bristol, Gino Zito goes back to victory lane in what is a crucial win for his playoff run. Wow, absolutely wow. A big final lap there. Big incident on the final lap. White flag was thrown, of course, so no caution whatsoever. And that's not even my choice. iRacing cannot throw cautions on the white flag. And Gino is gonna burn the entire engine down, of course. Oh my. Well, let's look at this race replay first of all, before we have to resolve everything about the stages. Here is the wreck as a whole. Carter Brockmeyer got into it. Charlie Jones, who was in it to win it for a long time. It looked like a race win was definitely possible. But Thornhill was involved, Jones was involved, Brockmeyer was involved, everyone was involved. And it was just a drag race between Williams and Gino. And Gino gets it done. Like he's been wanting to for so long. There's the finish. Williams could not get to him on time. And once again, for the second time in his Shake and Bake Racing League career, Gino Zito is a race winner. And he could not ask for a more crucial win here in his playoff run. Wow. Give us just a few minutes here as we'll get the stages sorted out and everything. So we will be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Sorry it took a while. The whole stage software got basically corrupted, and I had to help out with the stages. So thank you for all the admins with the help. With that being said, oh boy, let's get into the post-race interviews. This was a insane race, catastrophic finish. Let's start it up here with Jaden Newson, your P3 finisher. And let's bring him up here. Jaden, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, there you go. Jaden, it was a very chaotic race. You were at the bottom. Obviously, you tried to work it with your Fords, but in stage 1 and 2, all of the Fords, including yours and Heath Williams's, were all the way at the bottom. But somehow, someway, you managed to go all the way up and get yourself a nice top 3 finish. How do you feel about your performance overall tonight?
Oh, honestly, I think our whole team had some good speed. The teamwork was definitely there. I think the other teams were working pretty well together, so it made it a little bit difficult trying to get by them as a group. But I think we had the speed. We were competitive. Stage win, we were fast enough to be at the front, and it's just unfortunate. The wreck at the end, it just separated us from me and Tony from the front, and we couldn't pull them in. Oh, it was great. It was nice having another Canadian out there. Shout out to him, running Can Racing colors as well. No, I think it went well. First race in the league. I don't really know what to expect. I mean, we got pretty lucky with Tony winning his first race, so I'm not at all trying to assume that he's gonna do that. No, I think it went well. He just got a little bit unlucky in a wreck, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes in the next race. My sponsors, Can Racing ASL, the whole team, Comet Motorsports, just did a great job. And everybody who was in this race today, I had a lot of fun. Appreciate it. Take care.
Yeah, I can. Well, first of all, I want to say sorry to Charlie and Davin. I was just pushing it at the end. I know they're not mad at me and all, but it sucks because our plane was going great. We had a plane with all the friends at Chevy and Toyota, kind of keep it together, kind of give each other chances at the end, and kind of ruined it for them. But yeah, otherwise it was easy. It was a really good race. We usually just got in a line, pushed each other. Every once in a while, we would almost spin each other, and they would always save it till that last one where it sucked because I was kind of hoping it would stay green, kind of in good position in second place with people behind me. But yeah, it was a good race. I wish we could had a better finish, but shit happens.
And you mentioned that, Reg, that was going to be one of my next questions. Obviously, you were running P3. You were pretty much at the front the entire time. And then, of course, that big incident on the final lap when the white flag was waved that a caution could not be thrown that ruined your chances. How do you feel about that, Roll, and what do you look forward to try and improve to avoid that next week at the Charlotte Roval?
Well, I've been practicing at the Roval. I'm just going to hope I could stay consistent and kind of just on the long runs kind of get up there. I'm not really the fastest on the short runs, but the longer the run goes at the Roval, I think I'm going to be up there and not in contention. I wouldn't say contention, but up front, towards the front. That's all I need. I just need to stay towards the front, get a good point.
And now that we have our first look at the points, at the live standings, with that race finish, you are now below the cut line as Charlie Jones has overtaken you. Any words on that?
How many points am I behind?
Let's see here. Let's actually take a look at this. Charlie Jones with 2,091. You are sitting at 2,085. So that is a 6-point differential between you and Charlie now.
Uh, yeah, I was kind of hoping to keep that little 3-point cushion or extend it, but that just comes down to we were single file at the end of stage, got dumped out of the pack, sent to the rear, and then kind of same thing in stage 2 with that last lap wreck. Kind of took my points, and then kind of at the last lap of every stage or race, I apparently got the ass end of the stick.
Alrighty, well, is there any shout-outs you'd like to do?
I'd like to shout out Davin, Charlie, Harold, Gino, all the Fords. Fords raced good today. Me and Carter Carter kind of squeezed us, causing the the wreck in stage 2. But otherwise, it was a good race. I couldn't have asked for a better race today.
Alrighty, well. Alrighty, well, thank you for your time up here in the booth, and wishing you and the Bottom Split Bandits good luck next week at Charlotte Roval.
Thanks, man.
Alrighty, let's get up here your P2 finisher, Heath Williams, in his debut. A very, very good finish for him after that carnage. Heath, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can hear you.
Here you go, Heath. Obviously, your first race here in your debut, a chaotic race at Talladega. How do you think about your debut? How do you think about your performance, and what can you make out of it with a solid P2 finish?
Well, first off, I just want to thank our number 1 Coletta Air Chevrolet today. We were fast all day, qualified good. And I'd also like to thank my other sponsors, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics, Boeing Aerospace, L3 Harris, BAE Textron, and Leidos. But yeah, we had a fast car all day. We had some troubles, good qualifying, and then we had that issue with the start. But ultimately, we made it through that first stage and got the wave around, and we're up front and we were in the very back all day. But we made it work, and unfortunately, at the end, my car, we got a good start on that restart, but I just had no help after that wreck to get me past number 1. But all in all, it was a great first debut. Can't be mad with a second place.
That was actually going to be my next question. Obviously, that drag race with you and Gino all the way to the finish line. Are you satisfied with your result, or do you wish you would have done something a little bit more different, a little bit better to try and give you that final push to overtake Gino for that race win?
Yeah, obviously we all hope for a win. I was kind of one of the only ones up there that wasn't in the playoffs, so we're not really fighting for anything playoffs wise. But I didn't have anything else. I was full throttle, trying to get around him, and he was breaking the draft, and I don't think I had anything left in my car to get around him, unfortunately.
Alrighty. Is there any shout outs that you'd like to do?
I just want to shout out my fallen brother during the race, Christopher Borges. We both had a valiant effort in qualifying with that second and third position. But unfortunately, I believe there was some server that got taken out by an unknown entity. But nonetheless, we did what we could, and we made it work here. So a second place finish for the Jet Lucky Motorsports team, is not a bad position at all. And honestly, we're looking forward to the Roval next weekend.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for your time. Wish you the best at the Charlotte Roval next week.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's actually get up here. Steammate Christopher up here. Let's get him up here.
Hello. Hello.
There we go. Christopher, how you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Obviously, you ran a pretty good race at the beginning, and then of course the server connectivity issue was it. Obviously, talk to me about that. How exactly or what exactly happened there?
Yeah, first off, I just want to thank the Jet Lucky Motorsports team for providing me the best number 91 Klondike Ford Mustang they could. I also like to thank my sponsors, Boeing and Palantir, for helping me get to this point. Unfortunately, we were on par to set pole until somehow Newsom he was able to get a crazy lap in, so we settled for second. JLM, Jet Lucky Motorsports, we pretty much had a front row lockout with Heath qualifying right behind me in third. Again, in both of our debuts and the team's debut as well. Heath was able to drive the balls off that number 1 Ford Mustang to second from the pits, picking up crucial points for the team. Like you said, I had some technical difficulties with that, along with my pedal had a little malfunction, which ended my race short, unfortunately. But we know next week at the Roval, Jet Lucky Motorsports is always able to provide a strong setup there. Along with Heath and I being pretty comfortable and quick at that track, so we're pretty confident for next week.
And of course, new team now on the grid, the second Ford team here at the Racing League. I was just about to ask, how do you feel about going into next week at the Charlotte Roval, and how will you and Heath do some teamwork to try and beat these playoff drivers?
Well, that's great question there. Yeah, so Heath and I both come from a road background, so you could call us the next coming of Shane Van Gisberg and Connor Zilich. So we know that we're pretty.
Oh, what happened there? Christopher,
able
there?
to get
There
us a. Yep. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Hello.
I got you.
Yeah, Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah, so like I was saying, Heath and I come from road course backgrounds, like the second coming of SVG and Connor Zilich. So we know Jet Lucky's able to provide a great setup at the Roval. We know we're pretty quick there, so we're just confident and ready to get to the next week.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Is there any shout outs that you'd like to do?
No, apart from Palantir and Boeing, that's all I got for you, as well as obviously Heath. So that's all I got for you. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for your time. Unfortunately, again, sorry about the connectivity issues, but hopefully you have redeemed yourself with a good race next week at the Charlotte Roval.
Yes, sir. Hope so as well. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, let's get up here. Your P5 finisher, Harold Wilson, what a race he had, unfortunately. I believe was involved in that incident on the final lap.
What's going on, man?
There you go. Harold, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, Harold. It's a P5 finish for you. Maybe not the finish that you would have wanted, but you are still a P3 in the standings and safe and sound going into the championship 4. How do you feel about your performance tonight? Do you wish you would have done something better? Are you satisfied with your result?
I'm satisfied. I didn't wreck out, so that's a plus. Overall, it was a very clean race from everybody. Everybody worked well together.
And what was all right? So, in the what was it? The final laps, the final couple laps. Obviously, we saw a move there between you and Brockmeyer that kind of shoved you out of the way. Obviously, you managed to save it, so no caution was called. But what exactly happened in that move? Did Brockmeyer push you too hard, or was it just an incident on your part?
I think he pushed me a little too hard. It happened so fast. I was focused on saving it. Luckily, I did. Then I lost a ton of time trying to make sure I didn't take anybody out rejoining the track. So, but I ended up getting my lap back under that caution. I really can't complain. It was a decent day. BSB put in a victory lane, though. So I guess that's the main thing.
And of course, there was a ton of Toyota dominance here tonight at Talladega. Is there any shout-outs that you would like to do?
Oh, shout out to all the boys at BSB, VBA. We all worked well tonight together. And The usual: Will, Safe Right, Seawalker, wife and daughter.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for your time, Harold. Wish you the best going to Charlotte Roval. It's a road course. That's your expertise right there.
I'll see what I can do in a cup car. Thank you, man.
Alrighty, let's get up here. Probably the most anticipated one. Your race winner here at Talladega, Gino Zito. Let's bring him up here. Oh boy.
Yo, Dwight, what's
There we
good?
go. Gino, what a race that was. You found yourself in the middle of the pack, and just when all the chaos happened, you were there at the front, safe from it. You beat Heath Williams to the line. And after your Bristol race win at Season 1, you have returned to victory lane on what is a crucial win for you and your playoff run. How do you feel about your second race win of the Racing League here at Talladega?
It's been a long time coming. After last year's race at Bristol, it's our win there. I thought for sure we were going to be winning a lot more. But I had things come up in the season where I couldn't race and I couldn't do things. And this season, but now we're back here on podium and it feels great.
And now that boosts you up from 8th all the way to 6th. Now you have a chance to catch them. Of course, just like we said to Harold, next week, Charlotte Roval. Obviously, maybe not as good and cup cars as a GT3, but that is a road course for you that you can certainly tackle. How do you feel about next week in hopes to try and get you up more into the standings?
It's going to be a good race. I'm going to try my hardest. The cup cars have a little bit of adjusting to do when it comes to road course compared to a GT3 car or a hypercar, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Just got to stay clean, keep my nose where it needs to be, and finish the race. That's pretty much it.
Alrighty, Gino. Is there any shout-outs you have to do?
Shout out to BSB, shout out to VBA. They helped a lot tonight. They were there every time we needed them. And shout out to my family for making this possible.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Your Alabama 250 race winner here at Talladega, Gino Zito. Congratulations. Go celebrate that win, man.
Thank you, Dwayne. I definitely will. Where's my champagne?
And that will do it for tonight's post-race interviews. What an eventful night at Talladega this was. Great action all around and a great dramatic finish. Gino Zito, your Talladega race winner, that will boost them up to 6th place in the standings. A very crucial playoff win for him. The top 3 stand strong. Newson, Thornhill, and Wilson at the top 3. And the biggest move of them all, Charlie Jones gets past Carter Brockmeyer up of the 3-point deficit. And now Charlie Jones, after a great performance at Talladega, sees himself above the championship 4-cut line going into the Charlotte Roval. How will that shape up with the last 2 rounds of the finale 8 at the Charlotte Roval and Martinsville? We will find out next week, Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. The race for the Cure 250, our last paint-themed race, as well as drivers will be required. I don't think any of the drivers know this, but drivers will be required to wear at least something resembling basically cancer awareness for the Charlotte Roval, and on top of the playoff banner, wearing something pink as well. So that will be interesting to see. That's our last paint scheme themed race of the season, so that should be a doozy. But with that being said, 2 races remain in the playoffs before we see and crown a champion. Who will be our lucky 4 drivers to compete for that championship at Homestead, Miami in 3 weeks' time? We'll find out in the next 2 weeks. Don't miss it. But that will be it for today. My name is Dwayne Crespo, also known as Vibes on YouTube. Signing off from the Shake and Bake Sim TV here. We'll see you all next week. Good night, everyone.